Hello everyone, this is Andre from 404 Blackhawk Tactical. Today I want to talk about the Swampfox Arrowhead low power variable. This is not going to be a review. This is going to be more basically why I chose it and why I like it so far. We want to go over some of the details, what comes with this Optic. This is a 1-to-8 second focal point Optic. So let's bring it close to the table and go over some of the specs and the details. So you can buy this Optic in two different reticle. You can get the BDC, which is the bullet drop compensator, or you can buy the MOA one, which both of them come in different variable where you can get the 6, the 8, and the 10. The one I chose to get the MOA, which stands for minute of angle. Now, some of the furniture and the features that comes with this unit, you get 2 caps, you get a aluminum type of finish throw level, you get the actual tool that allows you to take off the turret cap, and you also get a Swampfox cloth with the logo and the name on it. And the options that's on this 1-to-8 that I have is a 30mm tube, second focal point, 12 reticle with 2 night vision, a true 1x. You got the HD glass. You got the push and pull turn caps. You also got the eyepiece adjustment on the back here. You also the unit is also shock proof and waterproof. Now, this particular Optic that I purchased, this one measures in a half MOA. So, for example, let's say that if I turn this one click, that is a half MOA. If I turn the second click, that's 1 MOA at 1 inches. If I turn it a third click, that's 1.5. Turning the fourth click to 2, that is 2 inches. So in perspective for this particular Optic, let's say that I mount this Optic and I zero this at 100 yards. And this, so 1 click will equal a half an inch at 100 yards. If I turn it again, if I turn it that same 1 click and my target is at 200 yards, that would be 1 inches at 200 yards. That same 1 click at 300 yards will equal 1.5 inches. Same 1 click if my target was at 400 yards would equal 2 inches. The turns on this scope seem to be crisp and tactile, so you can hear each click as you turn. And it goes the same as far as the windage side. As far as the locking mechanism, it locks here. You do have a little bit of play, but pretty much it holds. So this is pretty good for a person who's doing if you're doing a lock and load type of run and gun shooting or a competition. And as far as the scope itself lining up with the actual numbers, they seem to line up pretty good. And let's check on the windage side here. It is on 16. As far as the Optic here, you can adjust this to your eye pleasing, and you also have about a 1 inch eye relief on this. I mean, actually 3 inches eye relief on this here. So if your eye is about 3 inches from this, you still got a pretty good far distance from your actual scope, and you can see within here pretty good. So if I try to line this up, let's see if I can, you can actually see it's pretty good here. I also did some footage of me with this scope looking out my bedroom window at a home, and I did that in a 3, 6, and an 8 focus. The actual the adjustment here, it is, I guess probably this is new, it is pretty tight, but hopefully this loosen up as, you know, I use this a little bit more. And as you can see, you can mount your throw level in let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 different type of positions here on this actual scope. Here you also have the on and off switch brightness for the brightness settings. So in this case, if I like my settings on 11 and I just want to keep it there and I just want to quickly turn it off, I just flip the switch and it's off. That's no matter if you going backwards or up. You got a off, on, off, on, off. And you have 12 settings here, which your brightness settings goes up to 12, and then you have 2 night settings here. With this scope, I'm going to mount this on my Daniel Defense gun, and I'm going to be using the UTG scope ring high profile with the it's a 50 millimeter offset on this here. I think this gonna make a good scope. As far as I can see right now, the clearness of the glass is seems like it's durable. I know they're gonna be coming out with a 1 to 10, where it's gonna be a first focal point. So I'm planning on purchasing that one as well. Make sure you stay to the end of this video and look at the footage of me using this, looking out my window. This is Andre from 404 Blackhawk Tactical. You guys take care and God bless. Okay, this is the reticle on 1 power. I'm looking straight out my bedroom window. As you can see, straight ahead, there's a building ahead, and you can see a few cars driving by. So what I'm gonna try to do, I'm gonna try to zoom this in probably on 3 power, and then let's see, maybe to 6 power, and then do the full 8 power on this zoom. So let me pause this and let me zoom it in. Now this is the reticle on 3 power. As you can see, looking down the street here, you can see more of the home that I was referring to on the first power, and you can see a little more clearly. So this optic is very clear. Just note that I am filming this through my cell phone, so the clarity from the phone into the optic may not show the true picture, but if you're looking straight through this optic through your own eyes, a very clear glass, as you can see. So now let's try to zoom this in on the 6 power and see how this will look. Now this is the optic on 6 power. So as we zoomed in a little bit closer, you can now see that home a little bit better versus when it was on the 3 and the 1 power. Very nice detail zoom in on this optic. You can actually see the trees a little bit within a good radius. And then, I mean, it's a lot of light outside still in this optic. You can still see the reticle, you know, through the phone lens going into the optic very good. So I'm very proud of this Optic. I was waiting for a long time to buy this, and I decided to get this one here. So now let me stop this, and then let's zoom it in to the full 8 power. Okay, so this is the Optic on the full 8 power. As you look dead ahead, you can see that building a little more clear, and you can see the details of the tree shaking, or where the wind blowing. You can see that car just drove past a couple cars there. So this is I have to say, guys, this is definitely a very clear Optic. Maybe the phone's not really showing the true clarity of it because it's going through the Optic, but through the naked eye, this is definitely a very clear Optic, and I definitely recommend this here. So I will say this is definitely a good buy.